we are starting with the geography chapter number 1, that is resource and development. As it is a lengthy chapter, we have divided it into two parts, and today we are giving you the first part, and it will be followed by the second part. This deals with resources. Our question is that what are resources? Anything which is available in the environment and is useful for human beings, but it should have few conditions. First of all, it should be technologically accessible, means कि टेक्नोलॉजी होनी चाहिए उसको यूज करने के लिए. Economically feasible, that means it should be affordable. And then culturally acceptable means there may be some things which are beyond our culture. We may not be accepting such a thing. For example, the use of the human waste as a source of energy was not well developed in India. Reason is very simple, that we culturally don't accept use of human waste as an energy resource. Now there is a close relationship between using natural resources and technology. Natural resources have been in nature right from the beginning, from long back since the existence of the earth, but it has never been used. काम में क्यों नहीं लिया गया? क्योंकि एक तो टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी. So human beings are most important. They are the central part. They utilize the nature. They use technology and institution. What do you mean by institution? It may be government, it may be some private organization that is responsible for using the natural resources. So you have a diagram there which indicates that human beings use nature, technology and institution for utilization of natural resources. Now there are two types of resources. One is human resource and natural resource. I hope you understood this. Human resource made by man, natural resource made by nature, found in the nature. Natural resources are two types: renewable, which can be renewed, which can be reproduced, and non-renewable, which cannot be reproduced. Renewable resources are further classified into two types: continuous or flow, that means which can be regularly used, continuously used, like wind and water. They can be recharged. And you have biological, like natural vegetation and wildlife, which have got life. Then there are non-renewable resources. One, like metals, which can be recycled. उनको आप दोबारा काम में ले सकते हो, पिघला सकते हो. And you have non-recyclable resources like fossil fuels. There are three main fossil fuels: coal, petroleum and natural gas. Once they are consumed, एक बार काम में ले लिए जाते हैं, then they are exhausted. Human resources are two types. One is structures and institutions, that is the buildings, etc., which they build, the institutions which use these resources. And second is the quantity and quality. That's also very important, that they should have skills, they should have knowledge. That's the quality of human beings. And quantity means number. Why China is one of the strongest country in the world today? Because it is the largest populated country in the world. Then resources have been classified on the basis of their origin, exhaustibility, ownership and status of development. You have biotic and abiotic resources on the basis of their origin. Biotic वो जिनमें life है, flora, fauna, human beings, fish. Abiotic, which do not have life, like metal, stones, etc. Then on the basis of exhaustibility, renewable, which can be through any process, maybe physical, chemical or mechanical, can be recharged, can be reproduced. And non-renewable, which cannot be, that is, we have seen fossil fuels and minerals, once they are consumed, they cannot be reproduced again. Then on the basis of ownership, मे बी इंडिविजुअल रिसोर्सेज, ये मेरा है, ये तेरा है. We have anything that may be a farm, maybe individual house, maybe pastures, maybe plantations. ये हमारा खुद का होता है. And community owned, like picnic spots, public parks, village commons, playgrounds, that can be used by anybody. Then natural resources, national resources, they are those which are owned by the country. If you see in the technical sense, every resource within the political boundary of a country is supposed to be a national resource. Even what is individual resource, community resource is also part of the national resource. And even in the ocean, 12 nautical miles, according to the land area of a country, that nautical miles are fixed, and whatever resources are available in the ocean floor, that belongs to that particular country. No other country can use that. And after 12 nautical miles, you have international resources which are regulated and governed by the international organizations. Then, on the status of development, there are generally students find some confusion there. Be very clear, it's very clear, what are potential resources. They are found in a region but not yet used. वो यूज कर सकते हैं लेकिन अभी शुरुआत नहीं की गई है. जैसे सोलर एनर्जी, विंड एनर्जी इन राजस्थान एंड गुजरात, दे हैव गॉट अ ग्रेट पोटेंशियल. नहीं किया गया. पोटेंशियल मीन्स इसमें बहुत क्षमता है अगर हम इसको डेवलप करें. देन यू हैव डेवलप्ड रिसोर्सेज, इसका सर्वे कर लिया गया है, इनकी क्वांटिटी मालूम कर ली गई है, इनकी क्वालिटी मालूम कर ली गई है, बट अभी टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप करना बाकी है. That still depends. If particular technology is available, then they are using that. For example, in the desert area, a lot of oil is available, but we do not have the technology to extract from the desert area. Then another is the stock. This is available in the environment. They can satisfy the human needs, but again, we do not have technology to use that. That's not available. For example, water. Water has got inflammatory elements like hydrogen and oxygen. These are the gases which can lead to its burning. It can be used as a source of energy. आप पानी से चूल्हे जला सकते हो, गाड़ियां चला सकते हो. But the technology is yet to come and scientists are working over it. Maybe when you will be my age, maybe you will be older, these things will come. And then reserves. These are subset of stocks. They can be utilized by using technologies there, but there is use is yet to start. Future, for example, a river. In future, it is going to be used as a source of hydroelectricity. अभी तो पानी की कमी है, डैम्स बनने बाकी हैं, and when they will develop this, then this problem will be solved. So, these resources are having three main problems. Human beings are overusing the resources. इसको कहते हैं कि they are overusing them, and because of this there is depletion of resources. बहुत कम होते जा रहे हैं. Then accumulation of resources. The rich people, they are trying to accumulate these resources. इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं. उससे क्या हो रहा है? The society is being divided into the rich and the poor. And the third, which is most important, is the global ecological crisis, like global warming, depletion of ozone gas, environmental pollution, land degradation. You might have read about it in your junior classes too. Now, what we need is sustainable development. Sustainable development किसे कहते हैं? Development without damaging the environment, without causing global crisis, environmental crisis, and then looking to the needs of the future generations. आने वाली generations का भी ध्यान रखना है हमारे को. And we cannot stop economic development. वो तो होता ही रहेगा, होगा. But we should go for economic development in such a manner that the environment remains safe for the future and the present generations. For this, in the year 1992, the Earth Summit took place. Summit means a conference at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, South America, and heads of 100 countries attended that, where it was decided how to save and protect this environment, save the destruction of the human civilization. And they prepared a program of sustainable development in the 21st century. At present we are running in the 21st century, that how we can attain sustainable development, how we can achieve sustainable development, और उस प्रोग्राम को नाम दिया गया Agenda 21. And every country is going to cooperate with each other, will look into the mutual needs. जिसके पास टेक्नोलॉजी है वो सस्ती टेक्नोलॉजी बेचेगा. And shared responsibilities. What do you mean by shared responsibilities? Means every country has got equal responsibility to save this earth. And the second part we will follow in the next class. Thank you.